Have you ever heard of the expression "the sun doesn't the sun doesn't evolve around you," or the
Revolve
sun
around you? The sun keeps
revolve
going
around you? I'm
around me?
sorry,
Okay.
or the sun doesn't rise and set on your terms.
Yes.
So as you get older, you evolve into a better person. You learn stuff. You're more mature. You're wiser. You're more knowledgeable about things. Apparently, it's not the case for all people. I didn't know that.
It's happening more and more, especially with today's current societal issues and our wonderful generation of individuals that are growing up today. Yeah, it's great. It's great.
The human race is divided in two distinct sexes, male and female. While the typical man is a simple creature, there exists a subgroup, the nice guy, a dying breed of chivalrous, romantic, domesticated gentlemen whose qualities are desired by the opposite sex, allegedly. However, they are dismissed and confined in such concepts as the bestie, work husband, and the dreaded friend zone. Joe, Jason, and Manny are the last of the nice guys.
Hey guys, how you doing?
This meeting is being recorded.
Welcome to another fun episode of the Last of the Nice Guys. I am just a little bit part of you, a small insy tinsy,
Just the
meaty,
tip.
tiny, just tip part of your host, and the others are right here. Go fucking tell yourselves. Go ahead.
You didn't even say who you are, but it's irrelevant. I'm Jason,
And I'm Manny.
and this meeting is being recorded.
And I'm Joe. So the reason why Jason's saying that is because I'm using a work laptop, not connected to a work VPN.
Mhm.
And he's being recorded.
Some reason Zoom has this new policy where they now record your sessions.
Policy.
No. It's not a new policy. Basically,
God,
now
this
they notify
guy's-
everybody on the video
It's a policy.
conference. It's not a
It's
policy.
not a policy.
Everybody apparently on the video conference, when you hit record, it says out loud, or
Everybody knows.
everybody knows it says this meeting is being recorded. So we've never heard this before. So it freaked us. It freaked Joe out.
It
Joe.
freaked me out that I completely just exited the entire
He
Zoom.
exited. I mean, no, not exited. He was like, "Holy shit!" And
Yeah.
that was it. You know,
It popped up whether or not I wanted to continue with the Zoom meeting or leave, and I
Right.
left.
Why would you do
I
it?
didn't know what was going on. I didn't know they were going to record me like that.
What do you mean? Like what? I record these things all the time. This is how we do the podcast.
No, I know, but it never popped up for me.
Right. This is something new, clearly. Maybe you were first, before freaking out,
Yes.
inquired, because none of us dipped out. It was just you, which
Can we-
means that you're doing some shady shit and you have a reason why you should be
Keep
concerned.
going. Keep going.
I'm just saying, is it not true?
It is true.
Manny, his reaction is a little suspect.
It was super suspect.
It was a
'cause
little- okay.
as soon as she chimed in
when-
and said
when
that this was
don't
being
I?
recorded, he was done. He was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, he's out. He's out.
When
So,
when don't I do the shit? The question is, when don't I do shady shit?
That's
it.
unfortunate.
You are being recorded.
we are
Nope.
watching everything you do. All right, Joe,
Nope.
what brings us here? Since we've missed the last 2-3 weeks, I don't know.
I think I was actually going to say the elephant in the room. We missed about 2 to 3 weeks, like Jason said. I'll just repeat what he said. And we are coming back. I think it's been what, since May? No, I mean April. April we recorded. I think it has been a month. I feel like it's been a month.
It's I can tell you right now how long it's
It's been a month. Okay, don't be technical. Just
No,
fucking go.
I'm gonna be technical because the audience must know that we know. It's been 3 weeks. It's been 3 weeks since we last recorded.
Okay, about a month. It's been about a month since we recorded. Life hit us.
A week ago.
Okay, life hit us.
No, life didn't.
And
hit anything. The schedule
Life
was gonna
life
mess-
hit you. Life definitely hit you.
Hit me. Nothing happened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened to you.
Okay. What happened to me?
Fantastic.
So
anyway,
we're just gonna put this on air. Jason's gonna be a dad again.
Oh, ha ha! Aha! That is not. That is
the third son's name is going to be Jason Jr.
It is more likely that the Earth is an actual globe spinning in space than me having another kid. I'll believe
my
that long
friends,
before.
that my research that. Research what he just said.
Mateo Jason Jr. That's the name
Why the
of.
hell? Why would I name my child Mateo?
It's not your child. It's somebody else's child that you're eventually going to steal.
I think he's gonna
That's
name.
true.
I think he's gonna name him Manny Joseph Grant-Henriques.
I name my child after Manny. I would never name another child after you. So
Okay, well,
I
you
said
can also
another.
you can go. Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Because my youngest is named after him, and his one and only child is named after me. Though he messed up the spelling in it and likes to say it a different way. So
well, great. I'm glad you pointed that out because the person who actually messed up the spelling. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to curse no more. Person who messed up the spelling, I'm actually going to speak about a little bit in this episode.
I love this.
In accordance to the topic. So
what is the topic? Since we're
Dun, dun, dun.
minutes in and haven't said a word yet.
Have you ever heard?
How close is too close?
CDC says it's fine.
Oh, okay, that's true. That is true.
Yeah. Have you ever heard of the expression "the sun doesn't the sun doesn't evolve around you," or the sun revolve around you? I'm sorry,
okay.
or the sun doesn't rise and set on your terms.
Yes.
Okay, so I've heard that before, and I've been running with that for years. And a little conversation that I had recently with my child's mother, about a week ago,
So fine.
actually
Sorry, that was clearing my throat.
actually,
I had a little COVID in my throat. Sorry.
sure. Actually, brought me to this wonderful topic that I immediately wanted to tell these fine gentlemen to do this episode. So basically, conversation went where it was kind of stupid too, the topic, but it was relevant for me. My kid's going to camp this summer. Last summer he couldn't go because obviously of this alleged deadly, disastrous virus that we had. Everything was closed, so therefore wasn't able to bring him in there. This year we are, and well, I am, I should say, and he's excited to go, and everything is great. However, I need to go through her in order to get what they call over here in New York a voucher in order to get him into this camp because we've been having the same vouchers every year. So I go ahead and do the proper thing of what a father should be doing. Hey, by the way,
white people problems. By the way,
yes. Hashtag white people problems.
Oh, for a voucher? Oh no, you are sadly mistaken. That's definitely not. that's definitely not white.
He's like that's summer's camp food stamps, Manny.
I'm glad you were aware of that one because I wasn't going to go any further in explaining why those aren't white people problems. But I had to go through her to ask her about the voucher. So I proceeded to ask her, and upon asking her, apparently I was being a bother to her because me asking her anything in regards to her own son is a problem. Okay. I said, just give me an email. Let me pass it on to the director of the camp because I know him personally. And let me see what I can do. Maybe he can give me some time to set it straight because camp doesn't start until the end of school year, which I think for everybody is towards the end of June. Am I not mistaken?
No,
right?
Out here is the first week of June or the second week of June.
Okay, so you guys different.
I think it's like the first week of June. Yeah. Usually it ends around my birthday.
Okay, so yeah, whatever. So up here it ends towards the end of June. So we have a little bit more time before it starts, which is crazy because summer is only like literally up here like 3 months. It's people say 4 because September is usually hot. I don't believe that. But so I asked her to send me the voucher because before I asked that question, it was me getting cursed at because I'm bothering her, or she's at work, or I'm bothering her. She's at work. I blew her high, whatever that means. And she said, quote unquote, I blew her high. I don't know what that means. I'm just asking you for something for your son. I don't know why you're telling me I blew your high. I don't get that. So hanging up the phone. Oh, by the way, and also hanging up the phone on me. So that's 4. So after the hang up,
white people problems.
Yeah.
I went. I know, right? I went ahead. I went ahead. I got the email finally, and the email consisted of nothing of what I asked for. So I proceeded to tell her, because of your incompetent self and attitude that you had towards me, quote unquote, blowing your high, you sent me an email that had no relevance to what I was trying to do. And I need the voucher. So if you can go ahead and tell me. So she proceeded to call me up right after I sent that message, telling me that I need to go ahead and tell the director of the camp that it's in the files because last year they had it. And since nothing was going on because of the pandemic, they should have it again this year. So I'm going back and forth in circles with her and this director to see what's going on. But when I finally went ahead and got the okay from the director to say, okay, I'm gonna get back to you this week about it, I called her up. I said, thank you for your help. And I appreciate the fact that you did so much work for me in order to get this started and settled. And I was being very sarcastic about this and very smug. Thank you for your help. Thank you for telling me how to obtain this voucher. I'm sorry for blowing your high, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. So then I hung the phone up on her, being the petty person that I am.
Well,
So,
I mean, she brings it out of you.
yeah, I mean, yes, the pettiness is definitely absolutely real. So
Does she bring it out of you, or was it always just there?
it was no, I don't. I think people bring it out, especially I think she's the number one person, the suspect that brings it out. I don't think it just naturally doesn't happen to me, but it happens to me whenever I speak to her. But my point is about all this is that whenever I need something done that's pertaining to her own child, it's a problem because even if it involves him, it's still an issue. It's still a runaround. It's still an excuse. But if it pertains to anything else that's not related to her son and she needs help with it, it's, oh, you're useless. Not even the benefit of her own child, but just benefit for her. You're useless. You're this. You're that. So I'm supposed to drop what I'm supposed to do, stop what I'm supposed to do. And even if it has nothing to do with our own child, I'm supposed to still do it for you. I don't understand that. I thought that as you get older, you're supposed to be more wiser and more mature. I didn't know that it kind of like goes backwards as you get older for certain people. And that doesn't I didn't know that. I'm new to this. I'm very new. So I didn't know that was the case. I'm very new to that. I thought as you get older, you evolve into a better person. You learn stuff. You're more mature. You're wiser. You're more knowledgeable about things. Apparently, it's not the case for all people. I didn't know that. So
Yeah,
now,
yeah. Not everybody grows up. Some people grow down. It's actually
I had
it's
never heard that term before.
yeah,
Grow
it's
down.
yeah, it's actually it's happening more and more, especially with today's current societal issues and our wonderful generation of individuals that are growing up today. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's great. It's great.
So I told her today, I said, the sun doesn't rise and set around you. And I don't understand why you think you need to be so self-centered about things. And she didn't answer me, obviously, and I didn't get an answer all day. But I had to point that out because I know I've said that before to her at least 3 to 4 times. I don't think it really clicked. I'm not sure if she even cared at that point. But I had to say it to make myself feel better. I know, yes, that is
Yeah.
petty. That's very petty that I actually thought that as a man and said that, but I had to because
Allegedly.
allegedly, I may be something else, but I mean I don't like, I just don't like having to be that person that tries to do something good, especially if it's with your kids and you want them to do something and you have to go through somebody else. Unfortunately, not saying that I wish this other person wasn't here. That'd be terrible.
You're not saying that you don't wish that she wasn't here, but you wish she was
And
there.
that would be terrible.
He's definitely not saying it. He's encouraging it.
Yeah, of course,
Um,
of course, of course.
If something was to happen.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if there's any hitmen out there currently listening, she needs to go swimming with the fishes. If anybody understands what my meaning behind this, she's got to get whacked.
I want to get whacked.
What?
Nothing.
He
What were you
wants-
saying?
Thank you, Pesci. I appreciate that.
He called him Pesci.
Hey, you're welcome. It's what I'm here for.
Sounds just like a Guido.
So okay, so basically the crux of your topic basically is immature self-centered women, dealing with immature self-centered women.
Yeah, and just the general, the the general idea of women who think that, like, again, everything is supposed to evolve around them. So the sun rises and sets on your fucking ass. Like, it doesn't. I'm cursing still. Wow, I'm getting upset about this. I just don't understand the concept and ideology of why women seem to do that. Why is that such a big thing to
Well,
them?
well, we're gonna,
And has it been because of
to be
society?
well, a little bit of that, to be diplomatic. You mean we're gonna say some women, or maybe, or wouldn't necessarily go as far as saying most women, even though most women may have this trait,
Right. No,
especially when
some is fine. Some is
especially
fine.
especially when it comes to, and I'm just being diplomatic. I'm not backtracking or anything. I mean, women suck. Sorry. What I am saying though is that some women, but most have that trait. That usually comes out, in my opinion, when it comes to courting a woman. Because when you
Right.
court a
Right.
woman, like I've always said from get go, it's all on the guy. It falls on the guy, and if and we are responsible for impressing you. We're responsible for meeting your standards. We're responsible for making it all about you, and you and you and you and
And you.
you. So,
Yeah.
and that's where the self-centeredness, is in from with most women, is that, oh, he asked me out on a date. All I got to make sure is that I'm wearing the right eyeliner and let it all happen. And if it doesn't meet my standards, kind of thing. So that's where I deal with that, and where I can see that the immaturity, I chalked it up sometimes to being hyper emotional, because the more I'm not saying emotional, not feeling your feelings. I feel my feelings, but that some women, and who you are out there, you get hyper emotional, where your emotions cloud all reason and logic. That's immaturity, because immaturity is basically throwing temper tantrums and not thinking critically before you freak the hell out. So
Oh yeah.
that's where I
100%.
go with that. When it comes to your story, that sucks, bro. I'm sorry. And it's unfortunate, because what do you got, like eight more years before you're free? Or am I gonna get that?
Technically, yeah. 18.
Yeah,
Yeah.
technically, where all you have to do is talk the big three: graduation,
No,
uh,
7 more years. He's
7 more
12.
years, graduation, marriage, and
So it would be
child.
6.
Huh?
If he's 12, then it would be 6 years.
Oh,
Am I the
He
only?
turns 12 in August.
I didn't hear him say 12. I heard, I was assuming his age. Me, I only got like less than 2 years, and then that's it. So I'm,
Oh yeah.
so
I'm not even gonna get started.
yeah, you got a decade plus. So
you're
you're in
you're
it.
you're you're
Look,
done,
if
sir.
there's anybody who can probably relate to your story, I probably have examples, but it's been so long that nothing's
Yeah.
coming to the top of my head. Mr. Allegedly divorced, Manny, would probably have a way to commiserate with you when it comes to dealing with an immature, self-centered woman.
Yeah, you
Manny.
want my honest opinion about it? You punch her in the throat. That's what you do.
All right, well, that is Pesci, and that's our special guest for today. But listen, we here at the Last Nice podcast do not promote the battery of women, unless they hit you first. I mean, and of all, not all,
Yeah,
never.
First of
punch her in
all,
the throat, eh? Punch her in the throat.
first of all, the only batteries that we promote here for
We throw
women are,
double A, triple A batteries.
yeah, those
Yeah.
those kinds you buy at the store. Um,
And you guys wonder why we're losing listeners.
so as far as dealing with these wonderful type of individuals,
We mature together.
yeah, you're supposed to mature, but it doesn't happen now.
Mature.
The funny thing is they try to they always try to put out there that women mature faster than men, but it seems to be de-escalating
Where?
in the opposite direction. Yeah.
Where?
So
What they
I've
want,
had
their
my
standards mature.
yeah,
It's
they're
mature and more expensive.
right. So instead of getting that Perrier sparkling water like
Don Perrier.
expectation,
You get the
they
Sani.
they go straight for that Don Perignon champagne, that
Oh, you're
expensive
going
stuff.
high class. Oh,
Yeah,
high
they
class.
go super high class, but they don't want to work for it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, it's just like what's going on nowadays with this pandemic. No one wants to work anymore. You know, like I don't know what's going on with these lazy bones. Get off your asses and get to work and do
Manny,
something with
this is
yourselves.
not your voiceover reel. This is the podcast. I don't know if you realize which what
Hey,
we're on.
but
love
it's the
that.
same thing. It's the
I love
same
it.
thing. You know, you got to put in the work and the effort too. Okay, it's just not all about what you want out of it. See how it rolls with it.
Yeah,
It
rolls.
It rolls with it.
It rolls like an
you know,
eggplant.
it rolls.
Parmesan.
Yeah.
You said Parmesan. Who said Parmesan?
that guy down there, he did.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
The Italian guy.
See, now I want
But,
some tortellini. Thanks a lot.
Where did you get? Never mind.
My tortellini?
But yeah, you know, that these women that they expect everything done their way, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that they have the unnatural ability to be unadaptive.
You. I just wanted to twist your words just now.
Yeah. So when they're not, when they have a plan or when they have an expectation, it's never a plan. It's just they expect something. The goal needs to be reached almost immediately.
Right.
And then little roadblocks, little walls get in the way. That's when the temper tantrums start. That's when, you know, things go awry, and that's when they have their little emotional outputs, and, you know, they can't adapt. And that's part of life. You have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to put in the work and the effort. Things just don't happen just because you willed them to, or you tried to will them to, or made the plan to do so. For your case, you know, it sucks having to deal with stupidness like that, because I don't understand why anybody wants to make things difficult for anybody. Yeah, like it's just make things easy, and then everybody can be copacetic with each other. Like,
it's exactly what I said.
Right,
It's a voucher. We're basically sending our kid to an expensive. We're sending our kid to an expensive camp, which, by the way, I'm not even ashamed to say it. It's $2,600 for a full summer of camp.
That sounds about right.
Are they giving eggplant there?
They give an eggplant and
tortellini.
chicken franchise and
so much for a powerful.
This episode was brought to you by
Italian food. If you don't stuff your face with it, you're swimming with the fishes.
This episode was brought to you
because when you're here, you're home.
It was brought to you by Bertello pasta sauce. You make it
Bertello.
once, you'll want it every day.
You make it once and you're never gonna stop eating because you're shitting all the time. Anyway, so like it
was simple. It was a simple request, man. I just needed a voucher, and we could send our kid to a camp that it will ultimately only cost us $300. I mean, us as in me. So because this broad don't pay for nothing. So I would ultimately be paying the fee, which I don't mind, but it's a huge advantage in terms of, I mean, who the hell wants to pay 26 compared to 3?
Have you ever asked her just to simply sign away her rights? Because she's clearly not interested. So if you're not interested and you don't want me to bother you about this, be like, yo, this is something right now. In the worst time between me and my kid's mom, okay?
Right.
When she made things a living nightmare every day, all the time, where there was skipping out on payments on daycare and screwing me like that, or running up my credit card from stuff and then like not paying it off. These are some things she's done, right? But the worst of it was this: being difficult for the sake of being difficult, right? And she probably would say the same thing about me too, because if it's something that I didn't agree with, I wasn't going to do it because I wasn't asked, I was told. That was what my issue was. But my father used to say this. He said, boy, you know what you need, boy? You need to play the lotto. I need to win $1 million. And then you need to give that $1 million to her and pay her off, so she'll leave you alone and give you the boys.
No.
He said that forever. He said, if you came into some money, do you think you could pay her off so she would leave you alone with the boys and stop bugging you? And I said, honestly, no, because it's a matter of control. It's the only control she has over me is the boys. When we dated, she couldn't control me. When we broke up, she couldn't control me. When she got pregnant, either time she couldn't control me. But when she can exert a little bit of control is how I interact, react, and in raising the boys. So I told him no, it's a control thing. He's like, yeah, I didn't think so. But he always used to say this occasionally. If you ever won some money, maybe you should just pay her off and she'll leave you alone.
That's
And she'll
like
just leave you and the
that's like
boys.
he sounds like you it sounds like you borrowed money from a loan shark. He's like, just pay him off. Pay him off.
I'm
Just
listen,
pay him
listen.
off
If I
for
thought it would have worked back then, I would have done that. I'd have gone to the stankiest loan shark or your cousin, and I would have gotten the worst. I would have gotten the nastiest, dirtiest
Figlio di
loan
puttana.
and paid her off. And I'd have gotten me that that tortellini interest rate. So you never. So with that being said, you never considered like asking her, look, if you don't want to deal with this, just sign your rights away.
I don't think she would. I personally don't think she would.
Of course
Because
she wouldn't,
I,
because
I don't
it's
think
a
she would.
control thing.
It would be that. Well, it's that, and it's also I just don't think, like, especially nowadays,
Uh-huh.
and for a while, actually not even nowadays, for a while it's been, I told you this before, it's been like I'll just have him when I want, like, conveniently.
Right.
Like, it's just convenient. Like, he's not a human being. Like, he's not an
Well, what is
actual
convenient for what? Like what when you say convenient?
convenience, as in I want him on Sundays to Tuesdays, but if I can't have him from Sunday to Tuesdays because I'm busy, then just bring him over next Sunday to Tuesday. And if I can't do that Sunday to Tuesday, I'll just figure something out. I'll just do a Friday or Saturday, like whenever it's convenient. No structure, no order, no nothing. And
But then
I've
why
been
is she doing it?
I've been getting so used to it, used to the fact that he's been with me
Right.
for 7 days a week, that it's like it doesn't bother me, because if she doesn't see him, I'm fine. I can have him. It's
Right.
it's not. I'm not like blowing a hole. Like, my plans are not. Bless you, sir.
Right.
Salud. Salud.
Thank you.
Salud.
Thank
My,
you. Thank you. Got any boogers? No? Okay.
My plans are not halted because you know I have him. But for
Because
her,
you
it's like
restructured your life, right?
she hasn't. It's a free bird thing. Like, let me just go do what I got to do. Let me go out. Let me have fun. Let me do this. Let me do that. I don't care what you do with her. I
But
don't
that's what I'm saying
personally.
though. So when I get right back down to it, um, what is the point of her even pretending to be mom if she clearly doesn't really want to be a mom? She can sign away her rights and still do the same thing you're doing. Hey, let me see him whenever I want to see him, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm
I
not
don't know.
saying
I don't
sign
know
away
what's
your
stopping her.
rights. I'm not saying sign away your rights and never see the kid. I mean, but what I am saying though is that all this stuff that are clearly you're not interested in, like parenting, then sign
Good
it away
God.
so you don't have to parent, and you could be a mother, you could be a mother. You won't be a mommy, but you'll be a mother in general. You pushed it out, and then you'll see them whenever you want, like borrowing a game from a friend. I don't know. It's weird. It's the weirdest thing in the world.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying, is that I know why that would have never worked for me and my kid's mom, because I know the reason why things happen the way they happen. Again, control. But in your case, she clearly sounds like she doesn't have any interest in being a mother. So
Yeah.
then what's the point, then, kind of thing.
I have been trying to figure that out for years. Specifically,
It's
like
an
the
ego
last
thing.
years.
Yes, it is an ego thing.
Or maybe it's just for show. Maybe it's just I don't know. Maybe I'm that sounds stupid,
I
but
would
maybe
get
it
it
could
if
be.
I would get it if maybe she paraded him around. It was a group outing. Here's my
No,
son,
not even that.
or a family
It's
outing kind of thing.
yeah.
But if it's just random for the sake of oh, I really should see my kid. Yeah, bring him over, kind of thing. Like, then what's the point?
That's exactly the attitude, though. That's the attitude.
Right.
It'll be a Sunday morning. Be a Sunday morning, and they'll be like, "Oh, by the way, can you, excuse me, can you send them over? Because today's Sunday, it's my day. All right, no problem. Send him over. He'll stay there. Pick him up on, like, sometimes they'd be on Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
Preferably on a Tuesday, but it's been usually Sunday and Monday now.
Right.
Pick him up on a Monday. Oh, so you're gonna have him next weekend, or what do you want to do? Sometimes I don't even say anything. I just be like, all right, take care, have a good day, and then just leave. And then I'll talk to him about what's going on and what if he
Mhm.
wants to go back there. Sometimes he'll say no, sometimes he'll say yes, but there's never any structure where it's let's just say I have plans on the weekend. I know you guys have probably dealt with this situation at least once or twice, or
Yeah,
even more than
definitely with
that,
you. Yeah.
where I went where I went ahead and made plans for the weekend. For example, if I'm going
Mhm.
down to Florida, right?
Right.
I'm going down to Florida. I'm leaving on Friday. I won't be coming back till Sunday night. Um, oh, did you know Sunday was my day? Yeah, but I told you I had plans. So now what? So when am I gonna see him again? Any fucking day you want. It's your son. What do you mean?
Any
When are you gonna
any
see me?
fucking day you want.
I thought I was gonna stop cursing for the podcast, but for some
Right.
reason it just yeah. So I said any day you want. I mean, he's your kid too. Why are you asking that question? Just call me up, and if I'm available to take him, I'll bring him over. But if I'm not, I'll tell you beforehand. Simple communication, black and white, no gray, no red, no everything. Just straight to the point. I can never get that. It's always when it's convenient. It's always when it's better for her. It's a really shite situation, and I don't like being in those situations. It causes me stress because like now I got to rearrange my day, my
Right.
week, my
Exactly.
month to go ahead. And I try to be courteous and say, hey, I'm going down to Miami, June 22nd to the 24th. So don't make anything
Right.
around June 19th. Oh, you bringing them over? Come on.
But worse than that is though is that if you if you don't have a set schedule, no, you do have a set schedule, but she doesn't follow her own schedule. I don't think you should be sitting there holding yourself back with making plans because
Mm-mm.
she is habitually inconsistent with her own time. So if by any chance you make plans before she confirms she's gonna get her son, that's all too bad. I didn't know if you're getting him this week. We already have plans. She'll be upset, but you're
She'll
not
have to get
consistent,
over
and
it. That's
all
her
you would have to
problem.
say is, but you are not consistent,
Right.
and you're well within your rights to be like, I'm not going to sit here and wonder, okay, well, oh, she's not picking you up. Well, we should have done something this weekend. No, that's it. You're not
Yeah,
consistent.
follow and abide by that schedule, man. If she chooses not to do so, then hey, oh well.
Yeah,
That's
live your
her
life.
that's her
I
loss. You
yeah.
you have your life to live with your son. So
Right,
if she chooses not to live hers with him, that's on her. That's
Yeah.
just her. That's her decision that she's already made.
right,
So
and
Sometimes it's best to be it also is difficult for guys like us who have uh baby mamas and we try to be direct and black and white,
right.
and it usually never works.
No,
But I've never been the one to drop that role, or that attitude of being like straight arrow, straightforward. I've
right,
always I've always been that way with when it comes to the especially her and stuff like that. So
right.
I don't see myself ever changing that type of personality when it comes to like having to deal with the other parent. You know, I never will change when it comes to that. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, you know what, maybe I'll just stop what I'm doing, or maybe maybe I won't tell her the truth that I'm going out on this Sunday with him, and just be like, you could take him, whatever. Like I won't, what I'm saying, like I always have to be,
Right.
you know,
See, no, conversely, I've been that guy. I mean, I can't tell you. There's been, I think, at least two occasions where I've been on a date, and my kid's mom has the boys. It's her time, and she just calls me, "Hey, listen, I need you to come pick them up." And I'm like, "Well, listen, it was nice to meet you. I've got to go," and I've dipped out.
mm-mm,
Well,
mm-mm,
yep. The second time it happened, we were
mm-mm.
actually at dinner, and I said, "Listen, I said I've got to go. Enjoy the dinner. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay, but I got to get out of here. I've done it
Manny
twice."
would have been like, hey,
So,
so
but
how's
that was me. That was me. No,
Nah,
that was me like
actually,
a decade ago though.
this would have definitely been me. I would have grabbed my phone. I would have been like, "It's my fucking bullshit," and I put the phone down. I'm like, "Hey, how you doing?" I sorry, I had to order a meatballs that it was very complicated. I had to get the confirmation going. Hey, don't worry about it. Hey, matzo balls here. Yeah, I'm saying no for real.
Matzo balls, totally.
hey, matzo balls is Jewish. We're not Jewish in this podcast. We're all Italian.
Oh, I'm sorry. Are we not allowed to be here either? Are we not people? Oh my God.
We here at Last and Nice Guys do support the Jewish state and all those people, and et cetera, and so forth. I'm
Yeah,
not trying to get canceled. I'm not trying to get canceled.
we equally love everybody.
We do. We
That
do.
is
I,
super
I,
allegedly.
I,
That is the
I,
most
e-
allegedly statement we've ever made on this podcast.
I equally love and hate everybody. So
That's much
Yeah.
better.
we
Much
we as a
better.
we as a collective love everybody.
Now, fa fun
I
culo. Fa fun culo.
wow. Hey, far from your culo too, Dirty. Okay, I don't.
Manny, get in this, dog. I mean, you have. I mean, I know you have
Oh
a
God.
this issue. So,
I mean, I've dealt with it. I've dealt with it a few
Dealing
times.
with it.
But no, not anymore. But I've dealt with it, so it's past tense. I've dealt with it a few times, but I've handled it the way that I said I'd handle it. I'm like, listen, it's not my problem. Sorry. Like, just like being the parent that has to be the enforcer, but the kids are not even around you. That's also like another issue that I've dealt with. It's like, oh, your child is not, whatever. What do you want me to do about it?
Right.
You're like however far away, and me telling them at a certain age on the phone is going to go in one ear, right out the other. So it's like, you need to step up, and that's always been my message. It's like, dude, you're also a parent. Do your job. I don't need to do it for you. And if you're going to keep trying to complicate my life, because your life is messy, sorry,
Right.
but not sorry,
Right.
like figure it out for yourself. I don't need to take the extra steps to adhere to your craziness. Figure it out. That's what life is about. You have to adapt when changes are made. If you can't, then hey, figure something else out. Like that's just out. Like if I'm at dinner with somebody and I get that phone call and it's like, oh, or, your son, your daughters, whatever, you need to come get them, and I'm like, no. If you can't deal with it yourself, we'll just sit down and have a talk with them tomorrow. Like,
see,
I'm living my
I
life.
legit don't believe you. I don't. Not because you're full of shit, but because I
What?
know the kind of father you are, and I can't see you being out with a woman and you get that. You don't even. I mean, you don't even know the reason. Hey, I need you to come get your girls.
Okay,
That's it.
let me clarify, since you're a
I
douche
can.
right now. Okay,
Oh, no,
if it's an
Oh.
emergency
no, I'm
type
not saying. I didn't say
situation,
emergency. I didn't say
yes.
emergency. I didn't say
If it's one
emergency.
of those like I can't deal, you got to deal. Sorry.
Bacha
I don't believe
maculo.
it. I don't believe it. I
Nah,
honestly
that's
don't. I don't believe it. I
listen.
believe you'd get up and you would apologize profusely to the girl and you
No,
would do what I did. You
no,
would fine.
it's
Go into your
never
room.
happened. I've never been put in that situation
You've never been put in that
because
situation.
I've never been put in that situation because everybody knows that's exactly how it would be handled. I'd be like, no, I can't do it. I deal with it at work. It's the same thing, It says, oh, something's changed. No,
That's
sorry.
work. But you're the same guy who expressed real genuine emotions for your children. No,
For my
I can
children,
see it.
yes.
I can
But
see it. I can see
here's
it.
the thing. If it's my children calling me
Hmm.
saying, Dad, yada yada yada, I don't want to be here, fine. First trip out, I'll take it. If
Right.
it's if it's the mother's time,
Hmm.
even in the past, with my son's mom, whichever mother, if it's their time, they have them, whatever the case.
Man, he's a Rolling Stone, by the way.
Rock and roll.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, listen, like, it's your time. You got to deal with it. I got to deal with it on my time. You got to deal with it on your time. I don't call you when I'm going through stuff. Don't call me when you're going through your stuff. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sorry. That's just
I
how it is.
I call bullshit, but okay, I'll take your statement.
You listen. Even though I'm a nice person, doesn't mean that
Guy,
I
excuse
don't
me,
have.
guy. Use correct
No,
vernacular.
no,
Nice
no,
guy.
no,
Nice guy.
because today's vernaculars are wiped clean. Okay,
Ooh.
we do not identify as those things. I am a person.
So you're
I
a
am a
nice. No,
human.
no, that's not.
Ooh.
I am a human.
The identification is plural
Che
now. So you're a nice
che
people.
pale, che
I'm a
pale,
donkey
You're a
over
nice
here.
people. Got you.
che pale. It means what balls.
I hope you guys know this is gonna be the last episode of Last of the Nice Guys because awful. It's
Not
terrible.
for me. But hey, listen, like I said, I've got that asshole tendency, and it does come out because listen, like I'm real cutthroat when I have to be. It's just like, listen, like I don't. What do you want me to do? Like,
Do you guys feel like if you were put in that situation, do you feel like your woman would be spiteful and be like, "Oh, you're not coming to get your kid?
Absolutely.
Well then I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
I'm
What do you mean?
leaving,
Yeah.
and they'll be by themselves. Then what?
I 100% believe that it's possible, definitely, especially
Like, what would you do in that
if they
situation though?
Well, I wouldn't be in that situation because as I told you, I used to jump whenever she called and said, "Listen, come get these boys," or "Listen, I need you to come get them." I wouldn't even ask a question. I would just literally, no matter what I'm doing, who I'm with, I go get them because me personally, I prefer them to be with me. At any
Right.
age, I'll always prefer them to be with me. So if
Right.
she's willingly saying, "You got to come get them," whether it's her fault, their fault, nobody's fault, it's just they don't want to be there, whatever the issue is. Because I've never asked. She's never called me to come get them, and I've ever
That I
asked the
get.
reason why.
I
I
do
just
get that
went.
part because
You know what I'm saying?
I've been in
I
situations
just
like
went. I can't tell you any reasons why because I would never care. Can you just come? I'm coming. I'm on the way. I don't ask any questions, and she knows that about me. Whether she used to exploit it or if it was just really used. That's one of the few things goes without no, one of the many things I should say that goes without question when it came to me and her is that if she ever called me to get them, I never said no, ever. It was just okay, cool. Doesn't matter what I'm doing, where I am, how no matter how late it's been. So I can't answer that question because I know I've always answered the call. So it's up to there. You go. What's your name, Manny? Manny, what more lies you can tell us today?
It's not a lie, man. Like I said,
Manny's trying to be a tough guy.
no, listen, I am a very firm believer in tough love
Right.
and learning things the hard way. So if
I do believe in consequences. I do.
right,
But what I feel is I don't ever want to use my children as a way to teach her a lesson like she did to me. You know what I'm trying to say? So not to say just that's what you're doing, but if you're having an issue and for whatever reason you need them to be picked up or whatever it is, and I tell you no, just for the sake of saying no, all I'm doing is probably punishing my kids for whatever is the reason that she can't handle them, which is
see,
how I looked
but
at it.
with that aspect, that's how children learn who their parents are.
What?
So if they're in a situation where mommy or daddy's trying to get rid of the child because of stress or whatever, um, at a certain point they start paying attention, like, hey, this parent's a dick. They're
Yeah.
always just trying to get rid of us,
Absolutely,
whatever.
absolutely. After a while,
So
they do.
But
yeah,
when they get
after
older though,
yeah, once they get older, like, I had to deal with it growing up because that's something that my father did to me. um again, I've never been put in that situation, thank God, but I think partly is because my answer would have always been like, you need to figure it out. I can't always be there to help you because what happens, every day's not guaranteed. What happens if I die tomorrow? Like, are you going to call me from the grave and be like, I can't deal with it today? Like, you
Yes,
can't.
the con
Probably
the conjure you on a Ouija board.
gonna get the yeah, it's gonna get the
Spirits.
what do I do?
Bring Manny to me. And then as you apparate, it's listen here, motherfucker.
I'm gonna go. Woo.
You be like, Manny, send me a sign. You see a vase go across the room and crack. I'm here, bitch.
It's gonna crack, and then in pieces are gonna be like, fuck off.
Yep. Can you
And I'm
imagine?
just gonna form the
man.
word. But like I said, you have to learn the hard way because if you're the kind of person, Jason, that always says yes, you're enabling the behavior. So
I agree. I agree that I was too accommodating, too available, and it stifled my social life and my dating life. I won't even lie. I know that for a fact. My 20s were ruined partially because of
Jason
that
could have
behavior.
been married by now.
I could have. I honestly
Been
could have.
married
I could have had my own
allegedly.
life
Yeah,
had
allegedly.
I not been a crutch for a piece of her life every once in a while whenever she had
because
issues.
this is here's the next question. Have you ever called her with
No,
the same situation?
never.
Now,
I don't think he has.
okay, but hypothetically speaking, if you were put in a situation like that, and you had to, how do you think it would have played out?
I don't know.
Like, do you think
Honestly,
she would jump, or she would give you shit?
I don't
No.
think so. I think she would ask me.
Women don't do that. No.
She would ask me
No, I
21
know.
questions. I think she'd ask me 21 questions, and then probably send her mom,
Yeah.
if anything.
Yeah.
See,
Now that I
Women don't
think
do that.
about it, now that I really think about it, I can see it. Why, who, what, where, when. I'm gonna call
So
their nana.
right. So now, having thought about that,
Yes.
that's why, like, if you're not gonna do it for me, I'm not gonna do it for you. Like,
Then
if I'm quick to do it without any questions asked,
Right.
and the one time I ask you, and you give me all that other nonsense, and I'm like, all right, we're gonna cut this off right here. Don't ask me for no more favors. Like,
No.
can't do it.
No, I respect that.
It only takes
you know
one
what
time
is-
for Manny.
you know what it is. You know what it is. It's like both sides are kind of right in a way, because I get what you're saying, and I know you get what I'm saying. We're just stuck on opposite ends. At least the old me was much softer and understanding, because again, if I preferred my kids to be with me at any age, especially when
Oh, yeah.
especially when they were younger, because it's me. It's me. It's not her by herself, or not her with some random boyfriend, or with some freaking random stepfather. No. it's
Yeah,
me.
and that's another reason why you got to put into play is that a lot of my situations, I wanted to do the same thing that Jason was saying, only because I knew what was around him and her.
Exactly.
At the time, it's like I'm not comfortable with that.
Right.
I'm not comfortable. I don't think you're fit at that point in time to be taking care of a child. I'm sorry. I don't really give a shit how you feel.
Right.
It's facts, and people back then and even now are afraid of facts. So you got to be. That's why bluntness is like a fucking myth to some people. Like, you have to. I'm blunt to her because I tell her, look,
And there's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. I was blunt. I was
No.
blunt to her too, but at the same time,
you were a lousy mother back then. Period. The end.
well. So, so let's wrap it up with
Sorry, not sorry. Eh?
sorry, not sorry. I mean, we kind of stayed on topic, sorta. So final words on dealing with a self-centered, immature woman. Manny, let's go with Manny first.
Damn it. If you're not able to adjust your end game, your goals, and your expectations, maybe you should stop living.
Damn.
I don't mean kill yourself. I do not condone suicide. I do not mean condone
Yeah, we
homicide.
Don't condone,
I don't condone any of the sides.
we don't do any of that.
Not, unless it's guac, because I love guac on side. No,
Especially Jason.
only on toast. Only on toast.
Only on toast. Only on toast.
No, but I mean, like, if you're unable to do so, and you're always going to be using somebody else as a crutch to live your life, you really need to reevaluate yourself and what you expect life to be, because tomorrow's not guaranteed, as I said earlier. So if no, it's not. It's guaranteed that you might live.
It's guaranteed for me. It's gonna be miserable today, tomorrow, the day after. Carry on.
Misery loves company. Shut your mouth.
Not in June.
Especially in fucking June.
And these guys in their
No,
birthday.
sorry. I didn't mean your final thoughts. Anything
Yeah.
else?
But it just you got to reevaluate yourself, because if you're not able to adapt and adjust, you're gonna keep hitting a wall constantly, and then you're gonna break down, and eventually, who knows what's gonna happen next. So you just have to be ready for things not happening your way, because that is what life is about. Shit don't go your way 24/7.
It doesn't.
So if I was to distill your final message, basically what you're telling women of that in that particular mindset is to go fuck yourself. Gotcha. All right.
Lowered X. What was it?
Fanculo.
What you guys remember? Was it Mad TV? Lowered expectations.
Never watched Mad TV.
I remember that back in the day.
I was way too low class for me. Sorry.
Yeah.
I mean, my final thoughts would be
Wow.
simply put,
Wow.
it's if you believe the world
Little
revolves
Papino.
around you, if you believe you have some kind of sense of entitlement, first I'll have to ask you one thing: why do you believe that? You need to ask yourself, what about you makes you believe you have this sense of entitlement, that you have the right to demand from a man, from the world, from the universe, anything.
Universe?
Universe, sorry, anything. My mind is flying right now. Leave me alone. Ask yourself why. What is it about you? And then ask yourself, is that a unique thing to you, or how have you earned it? You know, and go from there. I like a lot of self-reflection. Instead of saying just fuck off, which I'd love to say fuck off to those who think like that, self-reflection is great, because in the end I want to ask yourself, why do you feel that you, or because you're hot, or because you're nice like that, or because hashtag me too, like what exactly, why do you think you have that self entitlement? What is it about you that's so special that you believe you've earned that off the bat from anybody? And when
Question of
you,
the night.
yeah, I'm sorry, and if you can answer that question, by all means, one, hit us up, that's the nice
Answer
guys
that,
at
but
yahoo.com.
answer that question without using anything of vain value. Because if
Right.
it's all about looks, something monetary or something.
No. Don't stifle them. I want the raw answers. I want you to say, "Hey, you motherfuckers, this is why I believe
Because I'm cute.
the sun sets and rises at my
Because I'm
breath."
cute.
You know, So and I will respect that. I'm telling you right now. I may swipe left on you guys the fastest of my life, but those women on those dating sites that say, "I'm looking to be spoiled. I want to be treated like a queen. I want a sugar daddy." I respect that. You're being upfront. You're not going to play any games. I'm swiping left really fast, but I respect that.
Yep.
I think you're wrong, absolutely wrong.
But I respect it.
But I respect it. So if that's what you feel, you're cute, and that's why you believe a man must bow to your feet. That's why you must be a queen, yas queen. By all means, tell us. But ask yourself why. Joe, your final thoughts, because it's your topic.
Yeah. My dealings over the years have brought me to this conclusion that not all women, like we talked about, have this type of mental attitude. I guess this attitude of where things always need to be on their time, and if it's not consistent, then you're an a-hole. Or if you're not being compassionate to my needs, then you're still an a-hole.
Yeah.
I've been dealing with this for years. I still am to some extent. Hence the story. Thank you for anybody. Thank you, Guy, for your car.
What happened?
Background noise.
It's the background noise.
I didn't hear anything.
The background noise with the call.
All of a sudden, he just starts talking to the world. I'm like, what happened?
If you edit that to make it seem like that nothing happened in the background.
No. What you do is you put like some sort of audio after that, like, "Hey, fuck you!" And he's like, "Oh, thank you." That's how you know you're in New York.
No, I love it. I should do a drive-by. Somebody should go, "You white fuck." Just drive by.
Hey, Jason, tuma piscala impide.
God. What do you want me to do about your TPNA? What? That's nasty.
It means your mother urinates while standing.
You're disgusting.
Did you just learn that by yourself? Jesus.
Maybe. But
Poor Joe. I mean, I really do feel bad for you, Joe.
So anyway, yeah, I do not like people. I do not like women who tend to think that everything needs to evolve around them on their time, on their emotional feelings. I'm not a fan of that. I've been dealing with it for almost now 12 years, and I don't want to deal with it. As soon as my kid turns 18, like Jason says, all of the things, maybe like all the issues that I've been having, all of the emotional outbursts, whatever you want to call them. Women have it like 10 different meanings behind it, but whatever you want to call them, I hope they become less. And from people that have children at that age and beyond, like this guy is about to have them in 2 years, 3 years, I'm sure things will be getting a tad easier, because your children are not going to be adults.
Yeah,
I mean, they'll be adults. Yeah,
they'll be doing their own thing. There will be no more. Technically, co-parenting is over for the most part, except for maybe some monetary stuff. But anybody who's still dealing with their kids' mom, their baby mama, baby daddy, after the kids are of age, they're a glutton for punishment. They want to fight. They want to deal with it. I you know what I'm saying? I'm telling you right now. The only other celebration that I've had that's gonna be better than them both being 18 was when I got them out of daycare. When the last time I did daycare, I cheered. I said, yes, I don't have to deal with this back and forth the money with her. It's done. It's over. I'm getting like $500 back a month now. Yes, It was brilliant. It was the best day of my life. So the second best day of my life will be, you're 18, cool, delete.
Yeah.
So, well, no, I'm not
Yeah.
going to delete it, but I'm just, I don't have to worry about it
No,
anymore.
I get the meaning behind delete because that's
Of
how it
course,
feels.
right?
That's how it's gonna feel.
Like that's it. And again, things are way better now between us than they've ever been. Due exclusively in my ability in me choosing this way. Because again, if it was up to her, we'd have been this way forever. But when I feel like you didn't deserve it. But I found my excuse to do it, and it's fine. But at the same time,
I guess the best
I still look forward to it.
the best version of this would be if you plan on having any children.
I don't.
Please,
Carry on.
please, for those people out there, not us, because we're done. Maybe not me. For those of you who are planning to have children and you are actually planning, which no one ever does them no more since like the 80s or 70s. Actually, no, since like the 30s or 40s, because people used to.
God damn. I mean, how much was it? 1890s? Come on.
So for those of you who are planning, at least attempt to know your partner and understand. I mean, you never really know your partner at all, but if you can get some glimpse of hope where you understand your partner in a sense where you can have children and you won't be in predicaments like we three have been in for years.
Well, we didn't.
We didn't plan on being in these predicaments, but it just happened to us.
No, we didn't. I mean, Manny did, but we did.
Well, that's all, folks.
Manny did. Manny, from the stories that I've heard from you, you saw it coming. You just hoped for the best. He prepared for he didn't really prepare for the worst, but he saw it coming, and he just kind of like a deer to headlights. Like, all right, let it hit me.
So, oh god,
pretty much. I it's what I get for trying to just be the.
Who gives a shit? You know why? Because at the end, all three of us are really good parents.
Yeah,
I mean,
we actually are.
though.
We really are.
Well, allegedly for Jason.
No, not allegedly. My kids are fantastic. My young, really, really grown men who are like, they're friggin' fantastic. All right. Shoot. All right. Well, that's a wrap because we actually need to move on to another freaking podcast.
We do.
But you guys don't have to worry about what podcast that is. Don't worry about it. All right. So that's it for Last of the Nice Guys. I'm Jason.
I'm Joe. I'm Joe. I am Joe.
Awesome. And thank you for your time. I'm Joe.
The Last of the Nice Guys. Follow, like, and subscribe on Twitter and Instagram at Last Nice Guys, Facebook.com/Last Nice Guys, or email lastoftheniceguys@yahoo.com.